Welcome to Koala Gardens, and we're going to have a little bit of a hangout with Honeydew. And this video is brought to you by my alpha producers, Jeff Anderson, Rich in Alaska, Lynn, Sean, and William Harada. And your name could be here if you want to check the links in the description below and see the Patreon offers. And a huge shout out to my newest patron, Elaine Linz, who has joined by adopting gorgeous little Eden. Great to have you. And if you're coming to northern New South Wales, make sure you book a Walk on the Wild Side koala tour with me. Now let's see what Honeydew is up to. I'm actually filming this first bit through my kitchen window in the early morning when the sun came up and I saw, hang on, there's a koala, and zoomed on in, and it's Honeydew. Look how big she is. Look at the bottom half of her. She has grown so much since arriving here. And I want to acknowledge the Widjabul people of the Bundjalung Nation, on whose land I'm so proud to live, work and play. My video will always be free on YouTube. One of the best ways you can support me is smash that like button. And do leave a comment, and there's also the new hype option. Look at Honeydew. She's looking for the best spot in the tree because she knows, like I do, that there is a hot day coming up. And it looks like, for now at least, she has found a really good spot. Look at how she's in the shade, but she's got all that lovely leaf surrounding her because leaf will actually cool the air down. And that's why when you walk into a forest, you feel that lovely change in the air. She's got lots of branch of the tree to lay her body against. And she's got lots to hold on to so that she can just kind of hold on and get settled in for a good sleep. There will be a long play video of this coming up. This video is, however, the highlights of some of her day. Even when koalas sleep for hours on end, they do sometimes wake at times. An insect might annoy them, they get a bit itchy, or they just need to change position and have a bit of a groom. In this case, Honeydew is doing just that. You can see she's using her teeth to work through some of the fur, and now she's using that fused toe on her left foot to give a good grooming through all of that shoulder. Gosh, I wish I could lift my leg up and scratch my shoulder with my foot, or that middle of my back. Some of those spots she's reaching, I can't reach on myself at all, or not without a lot of effort. And she does it up in the treetops. But bit of a grooming done, and she's actually decided, I think I might move. I think I can find a better spot in the tree. So off she goes. Reverse is always the way to go down a tree, and forwards is the way to go up. So she reversed down towards the trunk of the tree, changed branches, and she's going up, up, up. You know, when it's a hot day, I know that we say that hot air rises, but actually when it's a hot day, the further up you are in the tree, the more breeze you're likely to catch. That beautiful white tushy. Ugh, I love a white koala tushy. It's the sign of health that we are all just honed in on looking for. She has a bit of a look at that leaf, but actually Honeydew's in a pink bloodwood. That's koalas can eat that leaf, but it's not really the leaf they eat. So she's like, do I want to move? Do I want to eat? What is a girl to do? Sometimes decisions can be hard to make, but she's made the decision and she's getting ready to jump. Whoop, there you go. I love how koalas move through the trees. And she gets herself settled, and this is where she ended up staying all day long. Look at the way she's draped over that branch. She's got all of her underbelly is completely draped in contact with that branch, absorbing the coolness. And if you notice how her hands and feet are all hanging down, splayed out so that they catch some breeze, to cool down, these are the strategies a koala has to use, because they can't use the strategy of panting like a dog does, because they would lose too much moisture. So they absorb the cool of the tree and splay their hands and feet out so that the breeze helps cool their extremities down. And she slept for hours and hours and hours. Finally, as the afternoon grew on, she began to wake up just a little bit. And in typical koala fashion, she did one of those slow wake-ups and have a grooming session. Now you might look at this and think, she's not grooming, she's scratching. And basically, for a koala, grooming and scratching looks and is fairly much the same thing. If a koala just stops and goes scratch, 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 and then goes back to sleep, that's scratching. But when a koala starts to methodically work through all the different parts of their body, they are grooming. And often a little bit of itchiness starts a grooming session off. I know that sometimes if my head I get a little bit itchy, I will just take the plait out of my hair and go give my hair a good brushing through, and it feels much better. So it can kind of start a grooming session off for me. Just look at how, there she is, she's just gone back to sleep. It is the way that koalas cope with the heat and digest their food. Just look at Honeydew. She is like one of the prettiest koalas. Those great big ears and that beautiful round face. And yeah, grooming didn't last too long. She's still going to snooze it out for a bit longer. Wait for the heat to cool down a little bit more before she heads on over to the next tree. So the trees beside the one she's in are Bullet's favourite old trees, and that's where she headed over to have a feed. She also had lots to choose from because she has the plantation below her that has got all 3 koala primary food trees in it. But for now, for you, guess what? You've reached the end of yet another Koala Gardens video. There's lots more great video coming your way soon, but would you take a moment to write into the comments below, hang out in the heat with Honeydew. Thanks for watching. Another great way that you can support what I'm doing here is anytime you are looking for anything for yourself, for a friend, t-shirt, hat, new phone case, whatever it is, go check out my Redbubble store. Loads of beautiful designs on over 60 different pieces of merchandise. There is something for everyone.